Emmanuel, I think you're muted.
Thank you. All right, good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate all of y'all being here. We finally made it to the end of, almost to the end of this academic year. And so being that we're ready to transition over, we're gonna go ahead and get started with a couple things this evening. All right, so we're gonna have our end of year wrap up as well as an update on our financial process. And then we're going to go into a petition from the American College of Veterinary Pharmacists to become an interest group. We're going to move over into Gold Ball Awards voting. So the IOC specifically has some awards that only you vote on. And then there's a word from our new student affairs assistant vice president who's on the line today. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with everything. First things first, I want to remind y'all that you do need to have your 3 community service events logged in. So how can you do this? If you cannot host your own for some reason, you can always connect with the office, volunteer services, which is in the Center of Student Involvement. You can contact Ms. Deshania Ware, who is the coordinator over that. Her email is right there, dware5@zula.edu, so you can do that very easily. You can also just sign up on XConnect, but if you are a president, as most of you should be, make sure to go ahead and have her contact her so she can help you out with that. Also, make sure if you are a proxy for an IOC org president, make sure to signify that so we have the right email on file and we understand that. Also signify your position as well if you are a proxy. So if you're not a president and you're standing in for someone, that's a proxy. And so make sure you can do that for me as well. Also, please take note of this. This is extremely important. The last day to submit purchase request through SGA for any request over $150 is tomorrow at 5 p.m. CST. That's the deadline. So if you have any purchase requests you need to submit, make sure to do so by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, nothing over $150 will be processed in time for whatever event you have. The SGA calendar closes out on Saturday, April 24th. And that's the last day that we can have, really it's Friday that we can have any events. And so no event past Friday will be approved by SGA. No funding past Friday will be approved by SGA so that students then have an opportunity to transition into finals and whatever institutional events we have going on then. So make sure anything over 150, have that submitted by tomorrow. If it's under 150, then you have till Tuesday of next week. But make sure the sooner you get it done, the easier it is for everybody, all right? So an update on the financial process, I did share with you last month when we met that I was meeting with the Vice President for Fiscal Services and looking at kind of our financial process and trying the best we can to look at how we can streamline it, make it better. One of the things that we've been struggling with since I was a freshman here and I'm a junior now is that when we come in, we're told we kind of have to wait. We have to wait for the enrollment numbers to settle and for everything to kind of get in place and whatever process there is institutionally for us to get access to our money to use. So what we normally have is about a month or so in which you don't see any programming from SGA, no programming from our activities board. Student organizations usually can't do anything because we can't even disperse funding to you. This semester was worse. We did not receive funding almost till the beginning of March, right? And so that kind of showed us how big of an issue it is. So I had a conversation with a meeting with the Office of Fiscal Services. And so what we're looking at moving forward is that we're going to be able to hopefully request all of our money in SG. I'm going to work very closely with them to get all of our money requested and access to that by August latest. So by the time you come back, by the time your next president, whoever it is, comes back into this position, they will be able to have access to funds from SGA. And so we're going to work closely with them to make sure that you will be able to receive funds once you come back at the start of the next academic year. All right, any questions about that? Wonderful, wonderful. All right, yeah, it's the same thing here. All right, we're going to move forward into our petition for the American College of Veterinary Pharmacists. So is there a representative on the line to speak and to present on the American College of Veterinary Pharmacists?
Yes, I am.
Okay, awesome. Hey, Ashley, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. So do you have anything to present or do you just want to speak on it?
I do have have a PowerPoint prepared, but I've never done screen sharing, so I can go ahead and try that out.
No problem. You can do that now. You can just share your screen and it'll work.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Does this show up correctly?
Yes, it does. Awesome.
Okay. So the American College of Veterinary Pharmacists, I'm Ashley Marquette, a P2 at the College of Pharmacy, presenting it today. Basically, I was just trying to, I know there's not only College of Pharmacy students on here, so just going to give a little bit of a background on the topic. But did you know most pharmacies actually fill veterinary prescriptions, and most pharmacists throughout their career will fill a prescription for an animal or a pet. And so most big chains actually allow this, including Walmart, CVS, Walgreens. And they actually started out only filling like prescriptions that are also used in humans, but now they've expanded a lot of their inventories to include like animal specialty medicines. And also many independent local pharmacies also fill veterinary prescriptions. I'm employed at Car Drugs in Algiers, and we do a lot of veterinary medicines. And we are also a compounding pharmacy, so we specialty make medicines for patients that aren't commercially available, and we do a lot of animal prescriptions that way too. And pharmacists are actually the only medical professional that is legally allowed to care for humans and animals. Every other specialty in the medical field has to specialize in either animals or humans. And the American Pharmacist Association actually just recently expanded their definition of patients to include non-human species, including like dogs, cats, all of those kind of things. And the mission of ACVP is to help independent pharmacies develop and expand their veterinary services. So a lot of pharmacies will compound medications for animals, or they'll start to get more veterinary prescriptions, but ACVP actually helps them expand their role and reach out and network with different vets and just offer them new services. Like normally, like pharmacists have these relationships with doctors, and so this organization will help pharmacists form these relationships with vets specifically. And there's a lot of resources out there for pharmacists to find information on human medications and dosages and things like that, but it's kind of harder to find that for animals. So ACVP's mission is to do that for animals and just let pharmacists know where to find the proper information for problems that they come across with animals. And they also really want to network with other pharmacists and let them talk to each other and share information between each other and not just segregate them and you know what you know and that's it. They want you to share your knowledge and talk to everyone. And so they have a lot of networking meetings, especially now over Zoom, because it's so much easier to talk to people across the country instead of everyone having to travel to one location. So they really like to network and share and educate and things like that. And so basically, why is this important for Xavier and why should we care to have this here? And Xavier's mission statement for the College of Pharmacy includes serving those underserved. And obviously we focus on humans because we know humans are underserved and it's shown in the research and things like that. And our schoolwork focuses on that. And our schoolwork prepares us how to go into the world and help humans who are underserved in different communities that are disadvantaged. But our curriculum doesn't tell us how to do that for animals. We don't know how to care for animals, even though we are legally allowed to do so. So ACVP will help students know where to find these resources and how to be a better pharmacist for animals. And Xavier also, if we are approved, will be only one of 8 student chapters across the entire country. So it's not that popular, but it's growing. There's more and more animal pharmacies popping up and different residencies and things like that. And this is also going to be helpful to students who want to own their own pharmacy in the future, because veterinary pharmacy is growing and there's a lot of opportunity there, especially if you want to be a compounding pharmacy, because a lot of vet medications need to be compounded because they aren't commercially available. So that means they have to be specially prepared for that species, for that dose, things like that. And so students who are interested in compounding will gain a lot of knowledge about how to target veterinarians to compound for them. And it'll also help other students who just want to be better pharmacists know how to find the proper information they need whenever a vet prescription comes across and they don't know how to check if it's a correct dose or using correctly in that animal and things like that. And so also there are more residencies and jobs and things like that opening up in this field. And so this club will allow students who may be interested and may want to pursue that as their future. It'll help them network with people who are already doing it and know, like, hey, like, you're a veterinary pharmacist. How did you get there? I want to get there. And so then you just get to network and talk about how they got there and how you get to be where they are. So that's pretty much my presentation. Not much more to it, but that's pretty much it.
All right, thank you. So the floor is now open for questions. Are there any questions from anybody? Okay, given there are no questions, we're going to move forward to a vote. All of those who are in favor of adding the American College of Veterinary Pharmacy on as an interest group, please put I in the group chat, AYE. If you are against it, please put nay in the group chat, NAY. We're looking for 100% participation so we could be able to move forward. We're just documenting responses right now. Okay, we have simple majority, so we'll move forward from there. Thank you very much. All right, congratulations. You're officially an interest group, so we'll go ahead and add you on to the IOC from now on. With that comes with a couple of permissions that are now you're allowed to. So as an interest group, you are allowed, there's a probationary period of 1 semester until you can then petition to be a full-fledged student organization. During this time, you can work and collaborate with other student organizations, for programming and such, but you do not have access to student funds yet until we get through that probationary period. However, you can use and reserve student university space. So if you need to reserve space for a meeting or an event, you can do so. But the biggest thing about this opportunity is for you to start collaborating with different student organizations so we can see growth during this period, as well as sustainability, right? So congratulations.
Thank you.
No problem. After your semester, you'll be able to petition, like I said, to be a full-fledged student organization. So you'll be eligible by the end of December, right, 2021. And then once we hit our January meeting, then you can go ahead and present, and we'll also let all of the eligible interest groups know at that time. All right. Congratulations. Great job, everybody. Let's go ahead and move forward and have a word from Ms. Carrie Lee Alexander, our new Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs and Chief Inclusion Officer. Ms. Alexander, the floor is yours.
Hello. Well, this is lovely. My picture is up here and everything. Very nice, very fancy. Hello, everyone. My name is Carrie Lee Alexander. I am, as your reigning president announced, the Assistant Vice President of Student Affairs and Chief Inclusion Officer here. But I also serve as the Deputy Title IX Coordinator for Xavier University. And so it is a pleasure to be with all of you to kind of listen in and see how things are going. But also, I just wanted to first introduce myself and make myself available to all of you, because some of the work that you are doing is tremendous. And we want to, as an office, to continue to support and learn new ways that we can support the work that you're doing in your various areas. But we also want to make sure that you know the resources that are available, not only for, being a thought partner with us and what our office is doing, but also to support you and the people that you are serving in your various organizations. So for example, my office is over Title IX. And so that means that if anything related to sexual misconduct or gender-based inequality happens, that our office is in place to ensure that you have everything you need to pursue the action that is appropriate. So I just wanted to make sure you knew who I was, my face. I would love to meet with you all to hear about what's important to you, what you're working on, what we can help you with. I'm currently, and Emmanuel is always in this office, and so many other people are as well, because we want to support you as you continue to find your voice and figure out what's important to you, but also navigate classes and midterms and finals and graduation and next steps, and all of that is a part of the work that we want to help support, because it's essentially training you holistically as a civic-minded individual, and that's what we seek to do. So I say all that to say, I just am really excited to be here at Xavier, to be serving you all in whatever capacity. I currently am in the suite right next to the SGA office. So whenever you're on your way over there to, ask for more money or whatever it is, please make sure to stop in and say hello. We would love to see you, to hear from you. And it doesn't have to be just about these things. It can be about anything. This is a space that we want to hopefully make collaborative, and a space that you can really think through and work through all of the things that relate to coming of age in this time, right? So I say that to say it is definitely great to meet all of you. I hope that you will come by and see us. I'm also going to leave my information in the chat so you have it if there's anything at all that you may need, but also if there's anything in terms of Title IX or anything that we can help you all with. I know you have some requirements, some training. I know you have service requirements as well. If we can help with placement, whatever it is, let us know how we can support you all moving forward, okay? So I'm gonna put my information in the chat. Feel free to reach out, to stop in, to say hello. I'm new here, new to New Orleans, so I'm gonna be looking to you all as well to, give me some tips, some pointers, the tricks. And so yes, all of that. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your meeting. I'll stay on and kind of hear what's going on.
Thank you, Ms. Alexander. Thanks so much, appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move forward with a couple of our last things before we go. So there are a few things I did say is that we do have voting for the SGA Gold Ball, right? I said there are a couple of opportunities that are open only to the IOC orgs to vote for. Specifically, that is the Greek Organization of the Year, the Student Organization of the Year, the Class of the Year, and the Student Leader of the Year. Greek organizations, of course, can be any of our Greek organizations. Any student organizations can be any student organizations but Greek organizations. And then of course, class of the year, we have our undergraduate classes, our pharmacy classes, and student leader of the year can be any student leader on this call. All right, so you can simply use your phone with the QR link. The link is about to be in the chat as well. So you can, QR code. Use your phone to get that, or you can click the link in the group in the chat below. So I'm about to put that in there for you. But either way, it is going to close on Thursday. We usually it's only in the meeting alone, and then by the end of the meeting, so normally we end at 6, we close it at 6. But you know, what's the rush? We have time, so we're gonna wait till Thursday so that everybody has the opportunity to vote. Please spread the link around. Let's see here. Yeah, spread the link around. You have till Thursday at 5 p.m. CST to get all of your votes in. It's really important that as student leaders, you vote and go ahead and use your opportunity there to spread some light during this time. It's very important. All right. Any questions about that? Great. So you'll see it there once you do submit your votes. You'll see the different orgs, and you simply just write it in. All right, so last thing up, we do have some important dates, very important, these dates we have. Our last class meeting of the year is Tuesday, April 13th. It's gonna be in person as well as with streaming options. We have our Senate meetings on Tuesday, April 6th and April 20th. They have opted to remain virtual, I believe, for till the end of the year. The student body meeting will be Tuesday, April 20th, and it will be in person at 12:15 p.m. Usually it's UC Ballroom A. Why is IOC here? We don't have no IOC meeting, y'all. Don't worry about that. We don't have another IOC meeting. We're done for the year. But we do have the SGA Gold Ball, which is going to be the week of April 19th. So that's really important. The Gold Ball is where we will present these awards, as well as where we will kind of share the vision for next year and inaugurate the new Student Government Association officers coming in. So that's going to be really crucial. It's going to be in person, but with a very tight limit. So we're going to have streaming options available for everybody. And yeah, that's it for that. Now, I do want to open the floor before we go for questions, but also any questions or concerns you all have regarding what SG has done in the past couple of weeks. I know we just concluded our town hall, so I wanted to kind of hear if you'll have any questions about that as well, so we can go ahead and straighten that out, as well as any other concerns you'll have regarding the finance process. Pharmacy, I know we have some pharmacy students on here, so if you have any questions, we're opening the floor now.
I'm wondering, earlier, you said that there's a last day to have an event. I'm not sure if you meant to have the event or submit the event on XConnect.
Yes, so it's both. So the last day to submit a purchase request is going to be tomorrow, April 6th, right? For any purchase request over $150. If it's under $150, you have till Tuesday, April 13th. The last day to have an event is going to be Friday, April 23rd. You can submit it whenever you submit it, but the last day you can have an event and it gets approved and SGA gives you money for it is going to be April 23rd. That's because after that we have quiet day, midnight breakfast, and that's institutional, so we don't want to get in the way of that, but we have finals coming up. So all events will conclude on April 23rd. All right.
Thank you.
No problem, my pleasure. Any other questions? Does that include donation drives? Okay, never mind. All right, cool. No problem. If anyone wants to volunteer to help with, okay, yeah. So one of the things that we're doing next semester, well, throughout the summer to debut next semester is we're definitely going to have a new student organization manual. One of the things I realized when I came in as president is unfortunately the lack of infrastructure in place, not just for SGA leaders coming in, but any student organization leader coming in. And that's something that we need to correct. And so this year has been a year of learning, of extreme pivoting. So if anyone has followed SGA, it's been a lot of restructuring, a lot of rejuvenation, a lot of renewal in so many different areas and a lot of changes, which is great. But also when it came to IOC, there needed to be a lot of listening, a lot of seeing whatever process we have in place and trying to work with that to see what we needed to fix. And so this year has been one that's been a lot of that. But one thing we're doing now that we're seeing an extreme need for is structure for the IOC, which we're going to work on this summer, I mean, but also a new student organization manual. So if anyone wants to help with that, if anyone wants to help with the new student organization manual and put in their 2 cents, you can email me at sgachris@zulu.edu. And we'll go ahead and work on that together. Lovely. I see somebody that just, yep. So go ahead and shoot me an email. I see you just messaged me. Go ahead and shoot me an email. That'd be great. I already have somebody else on board. That's also another club president. And I have next year, the SGA Deputy Chief of Staff is going to be helping us with that as well. So if you want to help, go ahead and shoot me a private message or email me and we'll start that conversation. But definitely we're going to be working throughout the summer because we need better, all right? And also, side note, the resource room, right? That's kind of y'all's area, y'all's one area to do anything, to meet, to have resources so that you can have stuff for your events. And so we have been completely gutting that out, as you probably have known. We've shared a bit of those updates over the year. Of course, the process is taking a bit, but we're hoping that by August, it'll be ready to go. This has been a great opportunity, save COVID, for us to go ahead and rejuvenate that space for you. And so by the time you come in, you'll see a whole new space as well. All right, great. I see you as well. Let me take down these names so I can stop playing around. But yeah, the resource room is going to be completely rejuvenated by the time we come back. And what we're hoping to do is you'll be able to actually reserve that space for your own student organization meetings with the executive board or your council so that you have a space designated outside of the university center. And going through that process, you can work with SGA if you want to reserve that space as well. All right. So someone's asking, do we only do the nominations or can we share the link? It's requested that you only do the nominations. It's only for IOC presidents. So that's important. Thank you. The link is only for IOC presidents. And that's why they said, just keep it open during the meeting. But I want to give all the IOC presidents an opportunity here. All right, any other questions or comments or announcements? All right, now I do want to let you know if you have, okay, I see something here. If you are not returning as a president of your organization, make sure that at the end of the year, you update your XConnect portal, right? That's extremely important because going into next year, I will not be doing mass emails to the entire student body for IOC. IOC will become much more exclusive as it was supposed to be, being that we're moving back into in-person. We will go back to our in-person meetings and having food and all that good stuff. And so IOC will be much more closed. Okay, yeah. So please make sure you update your XConnect portals because that's how I'll be communicating to your IOC presidents. And if they do not meet the requirements, your organization can be in peril of not coming back as a full organization or being on probation. So be careful with that and make sure you update your organization portals as well. All right. So if there are no other questions, we're going to go ahead and move to adjourn the meeting. Anyone who does have a private question to stay on. Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I motion to adjourn this meeting.
All right, there's a motion. Is there a second?
I second that motion.
All right, it's been motioned and seconded. Thank you very much. The meeting is adjourned at 5:46 p.m. Have a great evening, everybody.
Bye, y'all. Have a great day.
Kendra, I see your message. So again, the deadline for purchase request over 150 is April 6th, is tomorrow at, sorry?
I was saying, is there a certain time? I meant to say tomorrow, not tonight.
Yeah, 5 p.m. CST.
5
I'd say get it in by noon, honestly, because if you wait till the end, it's going to be really hard for them to get everything done. But if you get it done earlier in the day, it'll be easier for you.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.